Today we're going to look at practicing the times tables using these multiplication cards, which have the multiplication fact on the front and the answer on the back, and these are all downloadable from the Fixit website. The first thing I'm going to do is ask my pupil for the day, Tala, to arrange these cards in order of the multiples on the back. So the reason I've asked Tala to start up here and then start a new line is so that the cards are laid out with the most difficult, or two of the most difficult multiplication facts at the end of this row and the beginning of this row. And those facts are 6 times and 7 times. So now what we're going to do, Tala, is count the multiples of 3. So all I want you to do is count the multiples as I point to them.
0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36.
Great. Now we're going to count backwards.
36, 33, 30, 27, 24, 21, 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3, 0.
Okay, so that was great. And what we're going to do now is try turning some of these cards over. So we know we're starting with 0. So when we have 0 multiplied by a number, the answer is always going to be 0. That's our first card. So that one's going to be turned over. And we know, because we're doing our 3 times table, that the first number is 3. 1 times 3 is 3. So we'll turn that one over. But I think as well, can you remember the last number? So in our multiplication tables, we're going up to 12 times 3. So can you remember what 12 times 3 was?
36.
Fantastic. 36. Okay, so we're going to just try that counting again. Okay, so again I want you to look at the card and tell me what the multiple was.
0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 9, 6, 3, 0.
Fantastic. Okay, so I think we're going to turn over another few because you're really confident with those. Now I know that you know your 5 times table and your 10 times table, as well as your 2 times table. So I'm going to find those multiples because I know you already know them. Because Tala already knows her 2, 5 and 10 times table, that means that she already knows some of her 3 times table. She knows that 3 times 10 is 30, which means she also knows that 10 times 3 is 30. It can just help a pupil's confidence to realise that they already know some of their times table facts. So we're going to practice counting again.
0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 9, 6, 3, 0.
And now I'm just going to point to a card and ask you the question, see if you can remember the answer. 10 times 3.
30.
2 multiplied by 3.
6.
12 lots of 3.
36.
5 times 3.
15.
So now, Tala, I'm going to ask you to pick 2 cards to turn over that you think you can remember the answer to. So which card first? Okay, 9. Can you remember how many 3s that would be?
3.
Okay, so this is giving Tala control now of her own learning, and it's also making the link with division, which is really important when we're multiplying, to remember that division is very, very similar. So 9 is 3 lots of 3. So how many 3s are in 9, or what is 9 divided by 3? 3. And which is your second card you're going to turn over? 33. So what is 33 divided by 3?
11.
Fantastic. Okay. And we're going to practice counting again.
0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 8, 6, 3, 0.
And now I'm going to ask you some questions quickly. 11 multiplied by 3.
33.
2 times 3.
6.
3 multiplied by 3. So now Tyler has turned over another couple of cards and we're just left with the 3 trickiest multiplication facts, or they tend to be the trickiest ones, and that is 6 times 3, 7 times 3 and 8 times 3. But their position hopefully will help Tyler to remember at the end of this line was 18. So 6 times 3 is 18, and the beginning of this line was 21. 7 times 3. So there's that visual memory just assisting as well. Okay, so Tyler, we're going to try counting up now all these multiples of 3.
0, 3, 30, 27, 24, 21, 18,
Well done.
15, 12, 9, 6, 3, 0.
And this bit was a little bit tricky, wasn't it, Tyler, when you went back? So we'll just try that again. We'll start from 10 times 3 and just practice that bit.
30, 27, 24, 21, 18, 15,
And I'm going to change direction and go forwards again.
15, 18, 21, 24, 27,
And backwards.
24, 21, 18, 15.
Fantastic. So now we can have a quick practice of these facts. Let's start with some of those trickier ones. 6 times 3.
18,
Well done. And 7 times 3.
21,
And 10 multiplied by 3.
30,
And 7 multiplied by 3.
21,
And then 8 times 3.
24,
And 6 lots of 3.
18,
3 times 3.
9,
8 multiplied by 3.
24,
So we've been focusing on the trickier ones, keep coming back to those trickier ones just to help to remember those. Repeat this as often as is necessary until the pupil is confident in counting forwards and backwards through the multiples and in answering the multiplication facts when they're pointed to. The next step is to be able to just answer the multiplication facts when they're presented in a random order. And we're looking for a quick and confident response. So, 10 times 3.
30,
And we can check that one. Well done. 8 times 3.
21,
Should we have a look? It was close. It's 24. So 7 times 3 is 21. 8 times 3 is 24. So we're going to put that one back in. What is 8 times 3?
24,
So we'll put that one back in. 3 multiplied by 3.
9,
9 times 3.
27,
8 times 3.
24,
It is, well done. I'm going to put it back in again just so we still get a bit more practice with it. 6 times 3.
8,
Because the cards all have the answers on the back, after a short time pupils should be able to work independently with them to practice their tables. Thank you for watching. I hope this has been useful, and if so, please subscribe to our channel.